Hello people, yes, exactly. My mom has not kicked me out, so we can continue. Darwin theory says species can change over time, that new species come from pre-existing species, and that all new species share a common ancestor. In translation, they go from this to this. So let me introduce you into the world of Spore. Well, what was a 2008? One hell of a nice year. Iron Man is released, Obama won the elections, and BMW E60 520D still existed. Same year, the Spore got released. The unique game ready to please us with the glory of species evolution. It is meant for younger population to explore the unique developing process of beings. Enough of Vladimir, let's get into it. All beings, according to humans, are made from cells. Small organisms who make all of us, including you. We arrived on this beautiful planet. As invasive species, we hatched from a little stones to continue our journey. From a game, we got a little introduction to learn some basic things we need. As a being, we need energy to grow, or these points if you want. These are the points we need to evolve, we earn them by eating. As we eat, we get points. Something moves, this bar moves. This is our progression bar. Back to eating. There are two types of food, herbivore and carnivores. They eat meat, or this delicious weird substance. Yummy, yummy. As we eat more and we grow, trying to evolve while mating, I accidentally stumbled across this. In cells and later animal stage, this is one of and only similarity part. Yeah, part. When you kill something, you can get its parts, and later, when you come to evolve page, you can put them on you. Double mouth really gave us an opportunity to become the best beings, but our slow and wingly movement suddenly turned us into an old man. Like BMW E60 520D, slow as it can be. By turning ourselves into virus, now we swapped out our carnivore diet for more practical omnivore diet. You might ask, what is omnivore? You only said there were two. You see, I lied. The third hidden diet are omnivores. They eat anything, like yourself when you consume too much Zaza. As we unlock all of the achievements and collect all collectibles, we become so close to the water that we grow. And then what? We decide we have a brain. We evolve, but this time, first thing we see is the line of evolution. How we progressed? What kind of war crimes did we do in the 90s? Nobody knows. It shows us that we ended up as carnivores, even though we consumed great substance. We continue towards our first creature designer. First thing we notice, we have legs. This is our holy creature. Yeah, holy. As we can see in a cutscene, we swim out of the water and go towards the land. I have seen this somewhere before.
What the fuck?
Made our first nest. Yes, nest. We see something poking from the ground. Wow, bones. Mechanic that gave us new parts to evolve. Nice. We progress further by meeting another species. Do we proceed killing them? Or do we make friends with them? This is one of the many questions we have to answer in order to change our future. In the meantime, we decide to without mercy. We can do it in 4 different ways: bite, strike, charge and poison. My favorite combo for these 4 will be poison, charge, strike, bite until death. Works every single time, trust me. Throughout our first 100 million years of evolution, we can see the switch from the this was a crucial step as we gained better strike, speed and flight and many more upgrades. Also, redesigning to whatever my monkey brain made, accompanied by one of my friends, I went on an adventure. Defending few species, but in the meantime, we got into an argument. With these immaculate species, one thing led to another, which led into our first death.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Eventually, we yet again evolved in. Now we lost strike function. Hooray! After some slaying and dancing, if you know what I mean, he decided that yet he is to do another evolution. Now becoming, changing his whole rearrangement of bones like a bored girlfriend after a while. Not because of function, but just because. And that is where my stupid ass dies.
Mission failed. We'll get 'em next time.
Now you would say, but just 1 minute before you also died, what is weird? Well, you see, my game crashed, and now I need to open it up again and see that it did not save. Only this time we lost speed instead of the strike, and forgot to shed ourselves and change color. Again, for goddamn sake, I don't mean it. So we changed that, and our new game is deal with it. We will dance again and actually won't kill anyone. Never mind. As true Sigmas, we slay, pray and dance. What a time to be alive. One day after a hunt, we come back to our nest, only to evolve into, for God's sake, I got bored. This is the 13th generation they are making. Don't they have something else to do in their lives, other than getting to death? Oh my god! This newborn generation goes to dance with nearby neighbors, and suddenly it decided to grow its brain on its own. In my day, we did it only when we are permitted. I could turn to a breadcrumb into a few days. This generation is just weak. By unlocking the last spot, we unlock the function to bring max amount of our companions. How much, you may be asking? 3.
Let's go.
That's the same thing that guy said in a Joe Rogan. Shut the fuck up! We only fear number, not the mass number, but quality or the quantity. In our glorious establishment. Back to work, we do the last thing by going into a few more arguments, few more poses, dances, stories and TikToks. We await the final evolution. One last change before we go into oblivion of downfall. Changes of industrial revolution. Eventually growing larger, getting strike back and maxing out our abilities. Eventually something got also bigger. With that ahead, one guy striking the torch, having imminent flashbacks of torture, Adam and Eve and the industrial revolution, he continues to establish a tribe. Who thought throwing a rock at random things could change so much? Stopping eating alone and starting to collect food now? Wow. New stage, rule change. Now we collect food in order to build buildings and make babies. Yes, we need for that. As we didn't notice, we made a nearby creature in order to make, guess what? Even more food. Oh look, a new tribe. Guess we can make friends with them. Using our beautiful instruments. How do we get them? Food, few songs here and there, and we successfully made friends. And 3 more tribes appeared, ready to contribute numerous war crimes. As we can see, other than friendly buildings, if I could call them that, building offensive buildings is also an opportunity. Tournament has begun after tribe ceremony. Ooga booga, bad tribe. Love Uga, kill bad tribe. After this, as one Sigma male, we decide to hold back. Then I decided to show them what a real good tribe does. So yet again, we grab our flutes of peace, maracas of wisdom, and whatever this is, to continue towards next tribe. It almost begun. Oh look, we arrived. First we hit them with maracas, then with this unknown sound, then flutes come around. Repeat, and the 3rd statue has fallen. 2 more to go. After another choice session, numerous attempts of maracas, this and flutes, 4th tribe comes with us. There is no end for bloodshed, we cannot hold anymore. Our tremendous needs to kill them all, said our inner self. But deep inside, our carnivore soul is still seeking for murder. After numerous attempts, we try to change it. Do something else, be more friendly. Something is kicking. The ticking bomb just started. In our first bloodshed, we killed yet another tribe. Women and men, without any empathy or mercy. And another one. It seeks a big scar upon our future. And future, as you speak, is coming really fast. Our people, they wanted new ways of living. Those pesky little sheds are no use. Evolve is an only option. Get shot in the ear. Farewell. Eventually we discovered the path of this democracy and its wonders. Thus we venture into city stage. This beautiful piece of art is our city hall. It's totally MLG and epic, just look at it. Our factory buildings, cause we must produce. Shut up. Although effective and boring, bring us no joy. So we create a fun house full of joy and recreation, enough to pull us apart from our deep reality. 500 channels of numerous sweets and numbers like alcohol and some magic things, I don't know. Drinking enormous amounts of MLG juice, otherwise known as Mountain Dew. Just as you leave it, you go to an amazing apartment. Built by a nice company ready to take your money. Those are cities and basics of new stage. City stage, obviously, it's kind of city builder. Since this game is made for kids, there is a bit more simplicity to it. Even though planned as two separate stages, no one cares. Those factories, homes and fun places or places of joy bring some special abilities. Since I kinda wasted the tribal stage, we are stuck as economic empire in this stage, so no freedom, just bureaucracy. Money instead of food and babies. Money became a big valuable asset. This is our fully built city. It took a great amount of effort, money and my valuable time to suffer. I have never before played as economics, so this is a real pain. I would just be an aggressor and spread freedom, but no. Money. First of all, how do we get money? I don't know, I can't even afford a microphone. In game you get it by just having a city. You can build it up by having factories, having fun places, deteriorating as it is. It costs money. Houses, they just allow you to have a bigger fleet. Speaking of fleet, vehicles in this game mode, instead of people, you get these things that get so much annoying moment they speak. Actually, you don't get them, you design them. But not as BMW engineers to last only a period of insurance. Forever. Our land, air and boat vehicles. Since I cannot wage wars, what can my fleet do? They can go around and catch what freedom is here for. Oil. I mean spice, not from Dune but in Spore. Capturing spice fields and water ones eventually gets you money, like oil does. It's also a passive amount of income. Now after building, capturing, how do we progress? In our way we are bribing and corruption. Seriously, we establish trade routes and then we buy a city. You see, a Yellow Nation has been first and foremost my enemy since I had to waste a numerous amount of my money and time into bribing them, just so I can have a trade route. But eventually I bought one city and immediately turned it military. Designed the new vehicles and dedicated that carnivore blood and patriotism we used. So I spread a little bit of doom upon this planet. City after another, I bought them all. One day young man looked upon the sky and its wonders, thinking about exploration. That's where he assembled a team. They built the spacecraft that we designed. With that in mind, we descend into space stage. Flying around the galaxy was a nice idea. Tutorials about flying and here we are off the planet. First of all, you could forget everything you knew about previous stages. The stage for itself. Only thing that remains is money and oil. Our first task would be to go to an unknown planet and investigate. While searching, I found this strange alien ship and bones. But there was something written on the soil. Scanning it, I found out it would lead to another planet. Upon arriving onto another planet, we found out some ruins of some alien colony. By searching it, they woke up centuries-old bots to protect it. So, as a real race, we ran away. After getting the reward for the mission, we went on another one. It involved us into colonizing other planets. This works in the short term. Place it and that's it. Actually no, you see this? That's planet level of life. Closer this red dot is to the center, the more colonies you can place. and more spice to produce. Maximum amount of cities per planet is 3. For now we cannot do that. Continue. Yes, this planet is nice. Also it has one more type of spice we will add to our collection. For now, after conducting numerous missions of kidnapping other species, you remember the bones from the previous level, now we cannot upgrade ourselves, but we could find this. Collectibles equals money. So yeah, this is kinda where the boring part hits. We need to come from one solar system to another to explore planets. That is where I discovered this one species in the tribal stage. Many of you would be like helping them or something like that. Instead I chose to laser them to death. As the time passed by, I decided to go and make another colony. I find T1 planet with blue spice place. And now, as you can see, where we have a T1 planet, we can build stuff, thus making our spice production bigger. In other words, money. Oh yeah, see this? This is a trading post. Now, for what would you need it? Money? Yes and no. Here you can buy upgrades, sell spice, collectibles, etc. One mission after another led us into this. Bandits. Now they can vary from this to a larger attack. Again, more missions of kidnapping, exterminating and so on. We venture into this weird planet, like a brick. Now into that sea exploring of space, something weird happens. Stumbling into another race was a mixed opinion. What do we say? Do we be aggressive? Do we accept our fate? And they seem to be friendly and have much cheaper upgrades. Explics were Empire, you are welcome. Next, Jigoku, also welcome. In order to be friends with them, we should do some missions. So some missions here and there and done. Friends. Yellow spice is another thing we add to our collection. The Empire into our friends. Although I had to bribe them, but that doesn't change. I have cheap weapon upgrades. So here we come, bandits, trade routes, spice collection, spice trade missions. With all that done, we venture into our first enemies. Ones that don't like us, constantly attack us. Me having a neurological breakdown of constantly defending attacks, decided to show them what democracy can do. After that, I established colony for one more type of spice, the yellow one, which is quite costly. Terminating the empire that attacked us before, we set up another spice production, purple one this time, and another one to our list, and another one, green one. Fighting becomes imminent, our warrior's soul speaks for itself. One of the first things interesting change was going throughout wormholes, which meant we could go far away. At this time we reached the end pretty much. Collecting the last two types of spice was just a matter of time. We got purple and pink ones, although the pink ones are the most expensive, which shot us into millions of money. Now, after getting all the upgrades, even the most destructive ones which I'll leave behind, we got one mysterious mission. To find one race called Groks. Throughout many galaxies, many races have talked about them. Rarely do they solve them. Those who did never did got to tell us the tale. Only those who survived. One day our ship ventured into Warhome. Gradually going, we were near the center of our system. Ventured deeper and deeper, and all of a sudden we met them. Those weird creatures which are half robots. They are like guardians to the center. They have something to hide. But my curiosity was high and high and high. I wanted to know, gather up as much money as I can, as much health and energy packs, and said one last time to all of our colonies and went on a one-way trip. We knew there was no way of succeeding. There is only one way to find out. After arriving near the galaxy itself, we ventured. One-way trip has begun. Heavy resistance was on my way there. Were days after days after days of fight, non-stop traveling, and we were so near. Before gore, fastest thing I just did the load again